I made this video so that you have some direction for today. So by now, you've taken down your daily log. You're doing 2 tasks today. It's organelle research so that we can do the speed dating of organelles tomorrow. And you're also going to grade your biochem air test practice packet. Just a reminder that all late work with the green passes on them and absent work is due by Tuesday, and that is October 10th. Quarter ends on Friday, the 13th. And by now you should have gotten that all cells can be divided into these 2 categories, and it's all based on the nucleus, eukaryotic and prokaryotic. Pro rhymes with no, so no nucleus. Eu does have a nucleus. Okay, you are turning in 2 things today. The organelle research paper that you have with your picture drawn on it. Colored pencils are in the back. And your corrected biochemistry air test packet. Please return the pens if you borrow one. So again, those 2 things, they are due by the end of the class. They're in our homework bin. Turn them into our homework bin. First period, Ms. White's going to pass you out your research on your organelle that you wrote your name on yesterday. Both of these things need to go through Schoology. So let me come up to that first of all. When you get into Schoology, you're going to scroll down and you will see this folder. It gives you the 3 things. You got to open this folder up. And I can actually see you open up assignment 1 and assignment 2. So once you open up assignment 1, it'll give you the details. For instance, tells you make sure you pick a school appropriate pickup line. You need to have a colorful picture. And here's the example Mr. Pope drew for carbon. Take 1 second to open. Okay, you can see now carbon. The reason why we chose this is just so that we're not using up any of your things that would be for the nucleic acids. I'm sorry, not nucleic acids, for the organelles. So he did carbon, which was last unit. And if you remember, carbon is the central atom of life. So in all living organisms have it. So his pickup line is, are you made of carbon? Because my life is based around you. Or a separate one, if you've ever heard of carbon dating, it says carbon date me. And carbon dating is when we look at fossils and how old fossils are. So again, your name is carbon, and then you put your real name below it, and that'll be folded facing your partner. And we're going to go through the whole class and make sure it's colorful as much as possible. Okay, and then this is the research sites it should take you to. There's one for prokaryotic cells, one for eukaryotic cells, and inside the cell, all of these things will cover. If you get this, by the way, click on that Cells Alive. All of these things will cover all the things you need. Nucleoid, a plasmid. Now, those aren't even ones we do, but here's cytoplasm. So if you were to go to cytoplasm, you're going to see what cytoplasm is. If you're going to go to ribosomes, you're going to see what ribosomes are. Now, those are things that are found inside of, sorry, I'm going to close that one out. Those are things found inside of prokaryotic cell. Now, eukaryotic cell, remember, that has a lot more of animal cells and plant cells. It has a lot more of membrane-bound organelles in it. I can start to choose, I want to know what a vacuole is, and I can see the pictures of these things. Okay, so you're going to be drawing them as best you can, and only the picture of the organelle. So those are how you can do that research. Once you're done with that, then you can come back to this folder and you can pick assignment 2. Once you get to assignment 2, this is the biology air test packet, biochemistry. You're going to turn this into the bin when you're done. Please use a different colored pen than what you have. And hopefully you wrote in pencil, but if you didn't, just use a different color pen. Here's the key. It's real simple. You go through and I would just push the slideshow button here. But if you come to each one, we have circled the correct answer, and you circle the correct answer in yours. Remember, it doesn't matter if you got it wrong or right on yours. This is just a way to know when we look back, and when it comes to April, we can look and say, oh, that's something I didn't understand while I was in biochemistry. So I definitely need to review it now. When you get down to slide 5, you do need to watch my video here. My video explains what you would have had to do on the air test. Okay, so make sure you click on that video, and that helps you with the next question. So really, question 11, you couldn't do anything on. I already did all the data for you. These are my screenshots of my data. Okay, back to today's assignments. I'm going to close those out. All right, so back to today's assignments. So some of you I explained yesterday, but just in case I didn't, organelle speed dating. It's the idea that you are going to research one organelle and then you have to tell what your function is and really impress the other organelles. Like someone might be doing a ribosome and this is the nucleus, and they have to impress them by saying what their function is in the cell, make them seem really important. And then the other person will do the same. You guys will each have a minute to explain, and then we'll go on and you'll meet with the next organelle, okay? So we'll be representing your assigned organelle in a speed dating scenario. This is where you explain why your organelle is the best, why functionally. So your task, you got to research your organelle using those sites I just showed you and fill out the information on the sheet provided. Draw your organelle photo inside the cell provided. It needs to be colorful. Come up with a school-appropriate pickup line that is related to your organelle. Again, that example, if you want to click on that example is just the carbon one, because we didn't want to give one away. And then the teacher needs to approve your pickup line. I'm going to look at these first thing tomorrow morning and make sure that they are school appropriate. If they're not school appropriate, you're going to get a 0. So make sure they're school appropriate. So this was my example of one that would be Golgi bodies. I put my name underneath it. I drew the Golgi body in some color. And then on the other side, you have to fill in the information. Tomorrow, we're going to meet with other organelles and impress them, okay? We're going to take some time. We're going to actually learn about the other organelles so that this is a quick way to review stuff that you learned back in 6th grade. All right. If for some reason Schoology is not working, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to our website. I prefer you not to unless Schoology is not working. That's tinyurl.com/southbio. And that will get you to our calendar. So I made a link to the document just in case you cannot get to Schoology because it's been acting up. You got to go all the way to Thursday. That's on the next page. It says Frazier's classes, today's tasks, 10:15. You got to actually click on that. It's not letting me. There we go. And it will open this whole document, which is, again, everything I just showed you, the research in the organelle, and then your biochemistry air test packet. Please turn both those things in by the end of the period. Sorry, this pop-up. By the end of the period. And then once you're finished both of those, make sure you plug in your Chromebook back in the correct spot. We're having some problems with that, you guys. There's a slot for each one of your numbers. And then you can use the rest of the time as a quiet study hall. All this can be done quietly. Be good, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.